How to achieve the goal of earning $100 million in a short time. Let me tell you how Jack and I pulled it off. Jack whipped out some cheap watch he picked up at a flea market and said, "On my wrist, this thing's worth 50 euros. But with your vibe, Sonny, you put this on and tell people it's worth 13 grand. Nobody's gonna question it. If you can flip a watch a few hundred times over, imagine what you could do with real estate." Jack suggested we go big. We suited up and headed straight to the courthouse for a foreclosure auction. The plan was simple: snag properties being dumped at rock bottom prices, but the competition was brutal. We only had enough cash to bid the starting price once. The second someone outbid us, we were done. Day 1, we walked away empty-handed. Day 2, we had the entire auction room to ourselves. I'd slipped the security guard at the door a little something, and he sent everyone else waiting in line to the wrong room. Just like that, we scooped up property after property for next to nothing. The last lot was an entire building, 20 apartments. Starting bid 350,000 euros. Jack grabbed my arm. "This one's too rich for us. We need to walk." What he didn't expect was me raising my hand anyway. Jack thought I'd completely lost it. I just smiled and said, "We've got a 10-day grace period to pay. That's plenty of time to find a buyer, mark it up and flip it. If the buyer doesn't have cash, we help them get a loan." Jack didn't say a word, but slowly the corner of his mouth curled up. Next, we walked into a bank and sat down with the branch manager, Mary, to talk financing. She shut us down on the spot. A 350,000 euro mortgage was too small for the bank to bother with. I said, "What if we're talking 6 million? The math was simple. I'd bought 20 apartments for 350,000 total, sell each one for 300,000, and that's 6 million. Get the bank to write loans for the buyers, and the deal closes itself. Once the money comes in, we pay back the 350K we owe the auction house, and the remaining 5.65 million is pure profit. Everyone gets a cut." It was a no-brainer. We shook on it. Next step, find buyers. We bought a list of high net worth clients from an insurance company manager, then blasted out emails: luxury apartments, stunning surroundings, unbeatable prices, complete with gorgeous photos. The reality? 20 apartments for 350K meant each unit cost about 15,000 euros. These places were absolute dumps, peeling walls. Not a single one you'd want to set foot in. Who in their right mind would buy these? Hold on. We brought in a crew to slap on fresh paint and patch up the walls. One day later, the surface looked brand new. Once the clients got those emails, they started showing up in droves. The moment people think they're getting a steal, common sense goes right out the window. Add my charm and my silver tongue to the mix, and one after another, they signed on the dotted line for their mortgage contracts. One of them was an elderly man who'd scraped together every last penny of his savings to buy a place for his granddaughter. Watching his trembling hands sign that contract, something tightened in my chest. But the moment that 6 million euros hit the account, whatever guilt was left just evaporated. After that, we paid off the court's auctioneer, locked down every underpriced foreclosure on the docket, and ran the same playbook over and over, raking it in, round after round. We even bought out an insurance company outright, just so we'd have a never-ending pipeline of prime client lists.